What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with my next set of NBA news, trade rumors, and all that fun stuff. So got 10 things to talk about today. Let's go ahead and start off with the first one. Oh, as always, we'll be putting all the transactions in the description below. So start off with the first one. We got Livion-Jean Charles signs with the San Antonio Spurs, forward. Next one, Dirk Nowitzki officially signs a 2-year, $50 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. Wasn't really announced until today what the final deal was going to be. Big money, though, for Dirk, for sure. Draymond Green reaches a plea deal over his little skirmish with a Michigan State football player in a Michigan bar. And I believe it was like $560 in fines, and then there was like some like a restraining order or something like that. Couldn't talk to or go near that guy. Either way, that's pretty much what it was. Next one, Birdman Andersen officially signs his 1-year deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Personally, one of my least favorite players in the NBA, but you know what? Him and LeBron had success in Miami. They might have had sex, who knows? Anyway, might happen in Cleveland too. Might just be a valuable role player. So next one, Manu Ginobili close to signing with, or apparently Manu Ginobili was very close to signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't know if I could think of many fits that are not that. And I could probably think of fits that are worse, but that just seems like a weird one. Apparently, the pitch he got from the Sixers, though, was pretty good. So, maybe that's another sign that they're close to competing. Again, who knows? Next one, Tomas Satoransky, I believe that's right, officially signs with the Wizards, bringing him over from Spain, I believe. So, next one, actually somewhat big news. Cat Barber signs with the Philadelphia 76ers. I believe that Cat Barber went undrafted. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, he went undrafted, and in my mind, he should have been an early to mid-second round pick. He had the talent to do it. He doesn't have the it factor to that large degree, but he has that it factor to a pretty small that sounds weird. It factor to a pretty small degree that I think, he might be able to put together at least a decent role player career in the NBA. It surprised me that he went undrafted. Next one, the Pelicans, or big news for the Pelicans. They have officially signed 3 of their biggest offseason acquisitions. Langston, Galloway, Solomon Hill, and Etuan Moore. Langston Galloway they got for an absolute steal, I remember. Let me see if I can find the contract deals for that one. I remember announcing that. I was kind of surprised just because the Knicks picked up Courtney Lee. They let Langston Galloway walk for pretty much nothing, and I still think I think he's a pretty good role player at that. Let's see if the money deal is here. 2-year contract for $5 to $6 million. Yeah, like I said, pretty much an absolute steal for a guy that can be a 7th or 8th man in the rotation, especially for a team like the Pelicans. Very serviceable player for what they got him for. Solomon Hill, I believe they overpaid, though, so I guess those two balance each other out. I think they got Solomon Hill for a 4-year, $52 million deal. I'm a Pacers fan. I like Solomon Hill. He actually played a ton of tough minutes for the Pacers, was a good role player for a while, but I don't think he's worth that much. He got more than Courtney Lee, and there were a lot of players he got more than, and like I said, maybe not the best signing. We'll see how it works out, though. Next one, I announced this yesterday, but the NBA is officially moving the All-Star Game out of Charlotte. So the entire NBA is saying that this is good. I'm from North Carolina, and I don't know, man. I get it that there's a lot of people that see that what is it? Oh yeah, LG. Is it LGBT? Anyway, that bathroom bill is like bad or something. I don't think it matters. I'll be honest. Taking the All-Star Game out of Charlotte, Chris Paul came out and said, I don't know if he's a Charlotte native, but I know he's from North Carolina, went to college there. Let me see where exactly Chris Paul is from. Salem. So, but yes, a North Carolina native. Steph Curry was kind of sad about that. I know he's a Charlotte native. Michael Jordan, obviously one of the co-owners of the Hornets, wasn't too happy about it either. But again, it's something where there's been multiple big pushes against North Carolina because of that law. I mentioned yesterday a few of them in my memory are Albany canceling a basketball game against Duke. Even the ACC talking about moving the title game out of Charlotte for football, which would be big news. And then there was even a Maroon 5 concert this past summer that was canceled because of that law. So having a large effect. And lastly, I'm going to start getting away from the trade rumors a little bit just because I've been talking about them pretty heavily. But today there's one more that I wanted to talk about, and that is something that hasn't been discussed too much. But, the Milwaukee Bucks are a team that have put Greg Monroe just as much on the trading block as you can possibly be. And they officially put, there's no officially, but it seems like they've also shopped the names of Jabari Parker and Thon Maker. It would be weird to see them trade Thon Maker after investing such a high draft pick into him, but again, I think to acquire a decently big name player, maybe even like a point guard or something, really bolster the backcourt, which I think they need. I think they need right now. If they want Greg Monroe, or if they want to get rid of Greg Monroe in that deal, I think they're gonna have to throw in Jabari Parker and Thon Maker, which are the two names I've seen thrown around the most for trade rumors. Greg Monroe has been talked about very heavily in going to the Lakers, which would be intriguing. I actually really like that fit of, I don't know who the Lakers would give back, maybe D'Angelo Russell. Be an intriguing trade, but to see like a little combination of Jabari Parker and Brandon Ingram in the same lineup, that cool. See two top two Duke picks from the last couple of years, two incredibly talented players be able to play next to each other. Obviously, weren't at Duke at the same time, but to get to see two former Dukies play on the same team, big name team, that'd be cool. So that pretty much does it for the news today. I've had a pretty heavy dose of news today from the NBA and the NFL, so probably it for news as a whole today. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So yeah.